Did you know that there is healthy fear, but also unhealthy fear? Now, you're probably thinking, how can fear be healthy? Well, the type of fear that is healthy is the ones that keep us alive. So, the fear of a dangerous animal, or the fear of a truck driving towards you and it's going to hit you. And so, you have this fear, so you jump out of the way. Things like that is healthy fear. And that's good to have because that keeps us safe and that keeps us alive. But then you have unhealthy fear. And the unhealthy fear is what actually stops you from living your life. It can keep you contained. It can keep you from not doing the things that you really want to do. And that's unhealthy fear. And then you have the extreme of phobias. And we all know what phobia is, right? We may even have one. The extreme fear of a spider or something that we just cannot be in the same room with it. And the unhealthy fear is what I want to focus on today. The unhealthy fear it comes from different things. A lot of it is learned. We could learn that fear from our parents or from experiences that we've been through. And that fear is something that we shouldn't let affect us and impact us so much that it stops us from doing the things that we really want to do in life. The fear of public speaking, that is one of the number one fears in the world, but you shouldn't let that stop you. If you have a desire to teach or preach or a desire to educate, then you shouldn't let that fear stop you from doing those things that you really want to do. Now, overcoming our fear is not about getting rid of fear completely, because that won't ever happen. I think we'll always have an element of fear. And the Bible says that not to fear. There is no, we shouldn't be afraid, because perfect love casts out all fear. Now, what we can do to start to overcome fear. Now, I can talk about this in depth because I've done a masterclass on this. So if you would like more resources, more than happy to send it to you. Just DM the word fear and I'll send you a few things. But to overcome our fears, one of the great ways to do it is actually identify what we're afraid of. So actually sit in the uncomfortable, write it out, let it come to the light. Because often the issues in our life, when we're not identifying them and when we're not bringing them to the light, then they fester, then they keep their hold on us, because we know we have this thing that is stopping us from living the life that we really want to live, but we're not addressing it, we're not calling it out. So it's constantly there. So one tip today would be start to identify what your fears are. Remember, you've got your healthy fear, so the fear that keeps you alive and safe, and that's good to have. But that unhealthy fear that makes you be more cautious than you actually need to be, or it prevents you from doing things that you would really enjoy doing. My tip today would be identify what it is, sit in the uncomfortable. And then once you've identified the fears, then I would say is take some actions as to what can you do about it. Ask yourself, is this fear real? Is this fear actually going to happen? And then it's okay to not completely overcome the fear, but then create some steps as to how will you not let it stop you from living a great life and doing the things you really want to do. Maybe it's even taking little steps. If it is the fear of public speaking, then perhaps the next thing you can do is take a masterclass on public speaking. And in that masterclass, you may need to present some presentations to the group that you're part of and get some feedback. Maybe it is getting feedback from presenting to your team at work and getting feedback from them. And then moving on to a bigger audience. Maybe it is recording a live on Facebook. And even though no one may watch it, that's okay. It's steps that you're taking to overcome your fear of public speaking. And even when you get to a place where you are public speaking, you may have that little bit of fear every time you get up, or that nervousness, and that's completely fine. What we want to do is move from that unhealthy fear controlling us and stopping us from living an incredible life, and identify what it is, and then create some steps to not let that fear control us.